Hello, lovely people. Welcome back to Light and Shadow. I channeled messages yesterday on the 5-5 portal. You can see it there. I'm calling this a timeless message because the message actually came through a dream I had. And it feels like the message is primarily about a time shift or timeline shifts. And so the dream I had, I was in a house and there were a bunch of people there that I knew, and then all of a sudden I was in a different place of the house and there weren't any people there. It was all of a sudden, it was really quiet, and I called out and nobody answered. So I was like, okay, this is strange. And then I looked into a room. It was a small room. It had an office, like a desk with a lamp and book. Anyway, it was really cluttered and messy. And I looked away from the room down the hallway, and then I looked back into the room, and at that point there had been a shift. The room was completely different. It was less messy, slightly different furniture, same size room, if you will. It was almost like it's the same location, but you shifted timelines. Following that, I explored the house. I went down the corridor and looked into other rooms, and there was nobody around. I actually ended up outside in this like gorgeous pool. I was like, who lives here? And went for a swim, and there was just nobody around. And it was a very distinct feeling of, and I think I wrote it here, a very distinct feeling of nothing is familiar in this new timeline, and the people are different, and you may not even have met the new people yet, but to stay the course, right? Yeah, and here I wrote, you'll adapt. And like anything unfamiliar, at the beginning it feels a little strange. It feels a little unknown, and it might make you feel a little uneasy. So the message I was getting was to stay the course, and that the old karmic lessons and doorways, almost patterns, are null and void now. Whatever those lessons were that you had to learn, you've learned them. And I got the 5-5 portal is closed, and the 5-5, obviously fives are about change. And so I felt like this was really representative of the timeline shift, the shift in time. Times have changed from 1-5 to the next. So this is kind of what this message is going to be about today. So I'm going to call it a timeless message. And then we'll get into the cards and see what else wants to come through. Okay, so let's pull some cards. Oh, there's a card here. So what's that? Okay, so the Justice card. That was just lying on the table, so I'll take that. Let's see what else for the collective. Messages you have for this timeless reading. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Justice card, which is 11. We have the 3 of Pentacles, and we have the 3 of Cups. So that's interesting. We've got double 3s here. We had double 5s in the channel messages. And we have the Justice card, which is 11. So that's 11, 55, 33. So those are big master numbers, big master energies. And then the 9 of Pentacles. And the 9 of Pentacles is the underlying energy. And this is my Steady Wins the Race card. Slow moving energy, but secure. Secure for sure. So the Justice card I feel ties in really well with the channeled messages in terms of the karmic balance here. I feel like it's been restored. And even though this crow is blindfolded, you can't see yet the new timeline or where you're even going. The scales have been balanced, your karma is clear, and now it's time to create and move forward. So it's interesting because threes for me are creation cards. Creation and collaboration. And so here with the Three of Pentacles, I feel that there's something coming, some collaborative, creative project that you're going to be working on with other people that you have yet to meet, right? Here with the blindfold, you've yet to meet these people. You maybe have no idea what this is. You might have multiple things on the table, but you don't quite know which one's going to take. Collaboration and creativity. And then with the Three of Cups, this is telling me that this is something that you're going to love. This is something you're going to really enjoy doing. It's interesting because I did see the King of Cups under here. I didn't take it, but I kind of noticed it. I think it's just to reinforce this idea that like this new timeline that's coming in, or the new timeline that you're on, the new timeline that you're on is going to make you very happy and fulfilled, right? And be very fulfilled. I'm curious to pull a card from this deck, from this oracle deck. Oh, good Lord. And see what wants to come out. So this is really interesting because this is the card Illumination, and it's the number 11. So right now we have 1111, right? 33 and 55 in the channeled messages. This is telling me that these messages are auspicious, that they're divinely guided, and that we're on the right track. This is a new deck for me, so I'm actually going to read this one from the book. Okay, so let me find it. Number 11, Illumination. Watch what comes through as you intentionally plug into the light of creation. Intuitively, what I'm picking up on is that you are plugged in to this so-called light of creation. You are plugged in. You're tuned to the right dial now. I feel that's what this is saying. Tuned to the right timeline. The shift has occurred. You're in the right timeline now, and that the old timeline that you were on is now null and void. It's done. You've completed it. The portal's closed, as I channeled here. Portal closed. So it's time to move into this new timeline. And I think this card is just basically, I think this card is confirming that. I think that's what it's here for. It's a confirmation. So that's really beautiful. Let's get one last card from the Moonology deck. Let's see what last message we have. For the collective. Let's see. A new romantic cycle begins. Oh, that's interesting. Or the message I channeled wasn't specific to career romance. So I think this card's indicating that it may be specific to romance for some of you, that this new timeline you're on is going to bring you a new romantic beginning. So that's lovely. So I'm getting the image of a wolf in my mind's eye. So that's making me think that some of you have been sort of doing it alone for a while. And so I think this card is an indication that this new timeline you're on is going to bring you a new romantic partner. So that's exciting. I hope this helped. Thank you so much for being here. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.